Hey guys, welcome to this mini lesson on Allegory and Fables. This is part of a series on literary devices, so if you want to check out the other videos, they will help you understand a variety of other literary devices. For now though, let's focus on Allegory and Fable. We'll focus on what they are and why authors might use them. In the first video of this series, we broke literary devices down into two categories: elements and techniques. Allegory is a literary technique. It plays with words and ideas to create new meaning. So basically, allegories are stories with a hidden meaning. Often the meaning is a moral, that is a lesson or a standard of behaviour that the author is trying to impress upon the readers. You might already be familiar with fables. They're a type of allegory that use talking animals or objects to teach a lesson, usually to children. You can check out our video on Anthropomorphism if you want to better understand the use of talking animals or objects. So remember the story of the tortoise and the hare. It's a fable with the moral, slow and steady wins the race. It teaches us to be consistent and persistent rather than just passionately throwing ourselves into something only to tire of it just as quickly. So how about an allegory that's not a fable? You might have read or watched C.S. Lewis's Narnia series or the adaptation of the Narnia series. Lewis was actually a very influential Christian, so most of his books were about his faith. In The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, Lewis is retelling the biblical story of Jesus' death and resurrection. Aslan represents Jesus, and so Aslan's death on the stone table represents Jesus' death on the cross. And so when Aslan comes back to life, that corresponds to the Christian story in which Jesus comes back to life after dying on the cross. There's actually lots of other crossover parallels between The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe and the other books in the Narnia series and the Christian Bible, but we don't have time to unpack that now. What's important to note though is that The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe is an allegory because it has that hidden meaning. It's also important to note at this point that when I say hidden meaning, I don't mean that the author wants the meaning to remain hidden. They hide the meaning because they want you to discover it. So think about the tortoise and the hare. It wouldn't be much of a story and it wouldn't really work for its purpose if Aesop never actually said at the end of the fable, slow and steady wins the race. He wants you to get that. He tries to make it obvious that that's what the story is. He actually wants the people to hear it, to be challenged, to become more persistent. Similarly, C.S. Lewis wasn't trying to hide his Christian faith in these stories. He actually wrote them so that children could better understand those Bible stories and why they were significant, and the significance, of course, of Jesus' sacrifice and coming back to life. So in summary, we've explored allegory and fables as literary techniques that hide the meaning of a story. The purpose isn't, though, to be secretive, but is to deliver a message in a way that is more convincing or that helps the reader understand it a bit better. Hopefully now you have a good understanding of allegory. To consolidate your learning, you can download the PDF in the description below. It's just an activity around fables. Please don't forget to check out the other videos in the series, and you can also have a look at Alan Robbo's Amazing Maths and Science channel for all things maths and science. They're our rival channel, but we'd love it if you went over and had a look at their content as well. Thanks for listening. We hope to see you back soon.